Russell Williams, pułkownik w kanadyjskiej armii, dowódca największej bazy lotniczej w tym kraju. Pilotował samoloty, w których latały takie osobistości jak królowa Elżbieta II czy książę Filip. Z zamiłowania fotograf, wędkarz i golfista. Szanowany obywatel, kochający mąż. Tak jego życie wyglądało do 7 lutego 2010 roku, kiedy to został wezwany przez policję w Ottawie na przesłuchanie w sprawie niedawnego zniknięcia Jessice Lloyd, młodej dziewczyny zamieszkałej nieopodal niego. Drugą poruszaną kwestią była sprawa Marie-France Comeau, kapral w kanadyjskiej armii zamordowanej w swoim domu w Ottawie kilka miesięcy wcześniej. Podczas tego właśnie przesłuchania Russell Williams przyznał się do zarzucanych mu czynów. Ta część rozmowy była przedmiotem 2 poprzednich materiałów o Russellu Williamsie na tym kanale. Samo przyznanie się do winy to jednak jeszcze nie koniec przesłuchania. Detektyw powinien zgłębić szczegóły popełnionej zbrodni, aby móc potwierdzić autentyczność zeznań i ustalić zachowanie sprawcy zarówno przed, jak i po popełnieniu przestępstwa. Służy to również ewentualnemu wykluczeniu z całej sprawy udziału osób trzecich oraz dokładnemu poznaniu motywu działania sprawcy. W tym materiale przyjrzymy się szczegółowym zeznaniom Russella Williamsa w sprawie uprowadzenia oraz zabójstwa Jessice Lloyd.
Let's go back to Jessica then, okay? You see her on the Wednesday night, okay? On a treadmill?
Mm-hmm.
How do you see her?
She was in the basement, window wide open, on a treadmill. So I drove by.
Okay. Did you stop to look at the house, or how does that catch your eye as you drive by?
Well, I was looking to see who was where. Don't know that area very well, so I was just keeping my eyes open.
Okay. So you spot her on the Wednesday.
Yeah.
Do you just keep on going, or did you stop and take a closer look that
No.
night or anything? No?
I kept going.
Okay. And you went back on the Thursday night, right?
Yep.
So you go back on the Thursday night and you went into the house before she came home?
Yeah, she was out.
Okay.
Done with those. Yeah, she was out. Got in through the kitchen window. It's unlocked. Everything else was locked.
Okay. So you're in there doing what?
Looking around to see who lived in the house. It was just her.
Okay. And then what do you do?
Well, I left the house, and then she came home. I'd been out of the house very long, so I watched for a little bit to see if she was alone. She was. She went back to sleep. Went to sleep.
Okay. So you go in, she's sleeping, and what do you do?
Well, I snuck up to the side of her bed, expecting to try to knock her out. She woke up, but she did as I said, so I didn't hit her.
What did you say?
I said, lie down on your tummy.
Okay.
She did. I tied her up.
What'd you tie her up with?
Some rope I brought.
So she's on her stomach. How are you tying her up?
Just tying her hands behind her back.
Okay. She got clothes on at that point?
Mm-hmm.
What kind of clothes?
sweats.
All right. You tie your hands behind her back, and then what happens?
I took her clothes off.
Okay. And then what happened?
I raped her.
A rape could mean a lot of different things. What kind of sexual act took place?
Just, vaginal and oral.
Okay. Oral. Who was performing the oral sex?
No, me on her and her on me.
Okay. Any condoms used or anything like that?
No.
No. So and again, correct me if I'm wrong. Vaginal intercourse. Her performing oral sex on you, and you performing oral sex on her.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember what order those things occurred in?
Yeah. I started with the oral sex. Then I raped her. And then later on I made her perform oral sex on me.
Okay. Any kind of conversation happening when this is going on?
Yeah, a little bit.
What was being said?
Well, I threatened her before I had her perform oral sex.
What did you say?
Well, I put a zip tie around her neck. I said that I would pull it if I didn't like what she would do.
Okay. So she did what you told her to do?
Mm-hmm.
Any issues there? Any reason to pull it?
No.
So, do you remember if you ejaculated at that point? Or at any point?
Not at that point, but later on.
Okay. So, the oral sex finishes, and then what happens next?
Well, I continued to rape her, and I had her put on some of her underwear. Took some pictures, lots of pictures. And then got her dressed, walked back to the truck.
Okay. At what point did you decide that she was going to leave with you?
I'm not sure. That wasn't necessarily always the plan. But at some point, I was there for three hours, 3 and a bit.
Okay. Do you remember the conversation about leaving? Was there any... Did she say anything about that, or what was she saying to you?
She was certainly cooperative.
Okay. Cooperative can mean a number of different things. Was she excited about leaving with you? I mean, I don't want to be sarcastic, but...
No, she just didn't put up too much of a fuss.
Did she try and negotiate with you at all, or...
No.
What did she say?
Well, I told her that I would let her go later on.
Okay. So when you take her out of your house, is she still bound, or
Yep.
how is that done?
Just hands behind her back.
Okay. What about her feet? Anything there?
No, she was walking freely.
Okay. Barefoot or?
No, she had those brown suede shoes on that had been reported.
Okay. So where does she sit in your truck when you get to the truck?
Front seat, passenger side.
Okay. And where do you go?
Straight to Tweed.
Straight to your house in Tweed, or straight to just the town?
Straight to the house.
No stops anywhere?
No.
Okay. What time, do you remember what time you arrived there?
I don't exactly, but I'd say between 4:30 and 5:30.
Okay. All right. When you were first there before she came home, do you remember? Did anybody come to the door at all when you were in the house? Okay.
No, I think somebody had come home. Somebody had come to the house just before she did, because I thought it was her, but then they left. I was outside at the time.
Did you see who that person was, or what kind of vehicle they were in, or anything?
No. Saw the lights. I assumed it was her, and then all of a sudden they left. So I don't know what happened.
Okay. Where were you when that first vehicle pulled up?
In the back here.
Okay. So you didn't have a view of the vehicle, you could just tell that there was a vehicle there, is that fair? Okay.
Jak się później okazało, osobą, która podjechała pod dom Jessice Lloyd, była policjantka z Belleville, niewielkiego miasta położonego kilka kilometrów dalej na południe. Najprawdopodobniej zauważyła ona zaparkowany nieco dalej w polu samochód Williamsa i wzbudził on jej podejrzenia. Jednakże, gdy zapukawszy do domu Jessica nie otrzymała żadnej odpowiedzi, opuściła to miejsce. Podczas tej wizyty Williams ukrywał się gdzieś na tyłach domu, natomiast jego samochód był zaparkowany na obrzeżach działki należącej do Jessiki. Podczas oględzin całego terenu śledczy odnaleźli ślady butów Williamsa biegnące wzdłuż linii drzew, będącej granicą posesji. Również tam znalezione zostały ślady butów Jessice Lloyd, pozostawione przez nią najprawdopodobniej w momencie, gdy pułkownik zabierał ją już później do swojego domu w Tweed.
So you get home, what, 4:35 you say? Okay. And then what happens?
Well, she would go to the bathroom and get a quick shower, wash her. Then we went into my bedroom and went to sleep a little bit. She was tied up.
How was she tied up at that point?
Hands behind her back. I put tape over her eyes from the beginning, so that's what she had.
Okay. When they find her, is that tape going to be there, or was it ever removed?
No, I removed it.
Okay. What kind of tape?
Duct tape.
All right. The duct tape that you used, where's that roll?
It's all gone. I used the rest of it to bind her body.
So, by all gone, is it with the body now? Okay. So you said, who went to sleep when you came home? You had a shower, or she had a shower?
Well, we both got in. I washed her off after she'd been to the bathroom. We both went to sleep. But she was tied up and I tied the rope. So I could fall asleep a little bit and she could move without waking me up.
Okay, I'm trying to picture how that would be. So the rope's tied to what on her?
Just tied her hands behind her back.
Okay. And
then the rope just wrapped around me a couple of times, so there was no slack.
Okay. Do you remember how long you slept for?
Not long, maybe a couple hours.
Do you know if she slept?
I don't know.
Okay. So you wake up and...
And it wasn't, I mean, we were up and down. So it wasn't 2 hours straight. It was about 2 hours in bed, but there wasn't much sleep, just lying there probably.
So you get up from that, and what happens next?
She had a seizure, actually. She felt it coming on, and because she'd had some before. Lasted quite a while. Got her dressed, into the family room, and anyway, she recovered. She got obviously stress, but probably went on for about 15 minutes. Sort of it.
So,
Yeah.
how do you know she had them before?
She told me.
Did she tell you why she gets them?
Well, she suggested it was stress. Yeah, so she felt herself started to tense up and said she thought she was going to have a seizure. So it was convulsions is what she was having.
Okay. So she recovered from that?
Yep, I stayed with her and talked her through it and made sure she didn't bite her tongue.
Okay. And then what happened?
Well, then we had a little lie down right there because she was obviously exhausted. Put a cover over her and went to sleep. Wait for an hour or so. And I had told her earlier that before I let her go, I wanted to take some pictures of her in her underwear. And have sex with her. So after she'd had a rest for an hour or so, I had her put on a number of different outfits she had.
I'm sorry?
Put on a number, pairs, panties, bra that she had.
Okay.
Taken from the house. So she put those on and I took pictures.
Okay. Are you in any of these pictures?
Yep.
What kind of images are you in?
Well, I'm with her. There's on the hard drives. You'll see there's video as well. So there's video of the. Almost 4 hours, I guess.
Of what?
Well, of initially at her place of raping her, and then so I was running the video and then taking still pictures. So the video pretty much covers everything.
Did you use video at other places?
At France's as well.
Okay. And is that video on the hard drives?
Yep.
Same type of activity?
Yep.
Okay.
Although I didn't have her put on any stuff.
Okay. So Jessica poses for these pictures, and there's videos, and then what happens?
Then I got her dressed because she thought she was leaving. Got a bite to eat. Fruit. And then as we were walking out, I struck her on the back of the head.
Okay. When did you decide to do that?
Well, I was pretty sure that I wasn't going to let her leave, but the idea of striking her on the head was developed in the afternoon.
And what was that strike supposed to accomplish in your mind? What was the intent of doing that?
Well, I thought I would be able to knock her out, and then I was going to strangle her.
Okay. So when you actually do strike her, what's the result?
Her skull gave way a little bit. Felt like, and there was a lot of blood, so I think that's what happened. She was immediately unconscious. And then I strangled her.
How'd you strangle her?
The same rope. Just put her on her neck
Okay.
while she was unconscious.
Now, what happened to the zip tie that was around her neck earlier?
I took it off.
Did you take it off before you put the rope around her neck, or after, or do you remember?
After she was dead.
Oh, okay. So the zip tie was around her neck while you used the rope?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Did you leave the rope around her neck?
No.
Okay. And how did you know she was dead?
She well, her body stopped moving.
Okay. So what did you do after that?
I bound her up to a fetal position. And cleaned up the floor.
No, you say you bound her up. Are you referring to the duct tape that you talked about earlier?
Yeah.
Okay. So then what did you do?
I put her in the garage. It was very cold. And then I went into the base.
Okay. Why'd you go to the base?
Pardon me?
Why'd you go to the base?
because I was flying early the next morning.
Okay. So what time did you leave to go to the base?
Well, I told you about between 9 and 10 or so.
On the Friday night?
Yep.
Okay. So you fly, and
Then I drove home to Ottawa.
so which night would you?
Saturday night.
So you land, and what time are you landing?
6:30.
Okay.
Saturday night.
Did you go by the house in Tweed on your way to Ottawa? Or?
No.
So you drove straight home to Ottawa? What time did you get there at? Do you remember?
Sometime before midnight. I can't quite remember, but I think I went in the office first, did some work. So I think I got home to Ottawa just before midnight, something like that. I think. Not sure. I slept for a little bit at the Tim Hortons in Brockville. So it might be later. I honestly can't remember when I got to Ottawa, but
Okay.
yeah, midnight-ish, Saturday.
Mm-hmm. So you get home, you're in Ottawa, what do? Go to bed or
Yeah.
stay up? Okay. So then what do you do the next day?
Well, my wife and I did some stuff. I can't remember what was going on that day. You know, putting together the new house. And I headed back to Tweed that night.
Mm-hmm.
Is that right? Sorry. No, I didn't. I had Monday off. That's right. I had Monday off, and then I was visiting one of the units in Ottawa on Tuesday. So I didn't head back to Tweed till Tuesday night.
Okay. So you get back to Tweed, and what happens next?
I took Jessica's body to that spot.
Okay. That happened on Tuesday night? Just this past Tuesday, obviously.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you remember what time that was?
It was pretty late. It was midnight-ish. I'd say between midnight and 1 on Wednesday morning.
Okay. What made you decide to measure that distance, that 0.7 kilometers?
That's just the way I am. Numbers. I have to know the numbers.
Okay. And how did you leave her?
I just left her tucked behind a fairly large rock.
Okay. Is that duct tape still on her?
Mm-hmm.
And what else is on her?
A couple of towels wrapped around her head, and the top and pants. She was wearing jeans.
Okay. Did you ever go back there?
No.
Right. What other type of cleaning and things like that did you do? Anything else to kind of cover your tracks that you can think of?
I vacuumed the house and I wiped the floor, washed the floor.
Okay. What about your truck? Did you do anything with that?
Just washed today because it was a mess, and vacuum.
Okay. So Marie France, when did it first occur to you to go to her house?